Sorry guys, my Titanic broke up. I am not sorry for that joke, but it is kind of relevant to this video. Today, we're going to be discussing some of the Titanic breakup theories, how possible they are, like how realistic they are, and see if they're true or not, and the complete opposite. And yes, Titanic videos are officially back, everyone. I lost my Titanic plush, so I don't know where it is right now. But I ordered this new one, and it is the exact same. It's got that part right there looks the same. It feels a little bit newer, a little bit more stiffer. The funnels are the same. The bottom is the same. All the colors are the exact same. So, yeah, maybe I should just get more and more Titanics. I actually got this from a museum at Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And you can go there too and go to the Titanic Museum, or you can just go to their website and order this off there. I highly recommend you do that. If you want a Titanic plush, then that's the place to go. This is seriously probably the only Titanic plush out there. Actually, no, there's two, but I like this one better. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get to the video. By the way, credit to Tamity for creating these animations. None of this animation is mine. I'm just using it to showcase the footage of the Titanic sinking breakup theories. And, sorry if this looks a little bad. I don't have a very good setup at all. So you're going to have to get used to all these lines and stuff. Now, one important thing to know about the Titanic breakup theory is that it did not officially become a theory until 1985. Eyewitness accounts of the Titanic mention that the Titanic split in half during its sinking, but for some reason, a lot of people back then thought it was silly for a ship to completely just break in half, so they didn't believe them. And you'll notice in a lot of the older Titanic movies, from like the first Titanic movie in the 1950s to Titanic SOS, right up until the James Cameron movie, the Titanic is in one piece. So it wasn't until after they discovered the wreck that it was known that the Titanic split in half. Alright, so let's look at this first theory that was Robert Ballard's theory back in 1985. So let's look at the things here. The Titanic's stern is way up in the air, and was not like that on the night of the sinking at all. Now, was the stern in the air when the Titanic sank? Yes, absolutely, it was. But not that far up. Second, the funnels all fell when they immediately hit the water. The water pressure was too high that it snapped the cords holding the funnels together, and all the pressure caused the funnels to come down. But as you can see right there, that funnel is still intact. So here's the Titanic breaking like that. So as you can see, the superstructure during, like, the middle, kind of, is completely destroyed. And is this a good theory? Yeah, kind of. Sorry about how this looks, but I'm using a magazine to showcase this. If you look, the stern of the Titanic is utterly destroyed because it imploded on its way down. The reason the bow did not implode is because it was already submerged in water, and it was completely full of water. So there was damage done to the bow, of course. I mean, look at that. Does that look like a good ship to you? But the stern imploded, and it was just absolutely destroyed here. And you can even notice that there's only one hole for the funnels. And you can even see, I think that's either the engines or the boilers there. I'm not exactly sure what those are. And as the stern imploded, showed in some Titanic animations, the backs of it were ripped clean off of it. But those were just animations and estimates. But yeah, it does kind of make sense that it broke up around there. But let's go back to what we were thinking about earlier. The funnel being submerged in the water like that, not floating. And, yeah, even Titanic survivors say that all the funnels came down. And look at how high that stern is. Look how, like, close it is to being vertical. And credit goes to Titanic Animations for making this, but according to eyewitness accounts, this was probably the highest the Titanic's stern ever got. And then here's when the Titanic started to break and fall. And as you can see, that stern is way high up in there. And while this is a good theory about the Titanic splitting down there and getting destroyed there, it makes more sense that the ship imploded on its way down because of just how much air there is. And did I also mention we are going to be rating these? So, if it's very, very possible, then we're going to be naming it unsinkable. If it is very impossible, we're going to be naming it unthinkable. And if it's kind of in the middle, then we're going to name it iceberg. So we're just going to give Robert Ballard's theory from 1985, the Titanic breakup theory here, an iceberg. Alright, next we have James Cameron's theory. This is the most popular Titanic breakup theory. And oh my, there are some things wrong with it. So, if you look again, that stern is way up there. Look at that. Second, and I made an entire video about this like a year or 2 years ago, it splits in a third right down there. One thing I'll give it credit for is that the funnels are both broken like that. That's a good add-on to it. Now, does it make sense that the stern did not implode and just that part down there of the bow did implode? No, it doesn't, because of course that part of the bow was not submerged in water, but the stern would have imploded way more than that bow part. Plus, not in this animation, or even in the movie, they show the engines or boilers, whatever that part was. And we even saw some shots of the parts that we would have seen where they were, but they weren't. Okay, maybe that part was just thinking out of the box, but seriously. Second, actually, probably not second, I don't know what number this is, but even in the movie, you can see the Titanic stern going straight up and vertical. That is impossible. You should have seen other animations where it kind of, like, let me demonstrate with my Titanic. In the movie, it shows the stern going straight up and down. When in real life, it more so dragged down like this and then slowly disappeared, kind of swinging. Because not in James Cameron's movie, which you'll see, is that the Titanic had a port list, which made it sink like this, and then pull down the stern like that. That is not seen in James Cameron's movie. Now, of course, it is a movie, you can't get everything right, and everything here is really just an estimation. But now that we're looking at the probability of this, I'm gonna have to say that James Cameron's theory is unthinkable. Alright, not such a great start for these theories, huh? This next one is interesting. This is the 3-section break from 1998, where you can see the Titanic breaks down there, and then a funnel falls. Alright, just gonna stop right there. Accounts of Titanic survivors told that the funnels went down, and then the Titanic split in half. So that's already a downside. And again, this is talking about that thing I was talking about earlier, how it kind of crumbled in that part between the two funnels. Well, I can see how someone can think this is how it sank. I'm gonna have to say it is unthinkable. One thing I do like is how the stern is kind of in an okay spot. It's just a little bit too close to the water. Just a little. So yeah, we got 1 iceberg and 2 unthinkables. Man, this is going bad. Alright, next we have the Park Stevenson's theory from 2006. So again, it has it crumbling down there. Too close to the bow, right there. I will give it one thing though. Let's go back. You see how the stern is sinking? That is much more like how most of the accounts say it was. So that's a plus about the stern. And the stern is reasonably high from the water, but there are some things wrong with it, so I'm gonna have to give it an iceberg Okay. Already this is looking fine. The Roy Menget's theory, I hope I pronounced that right, from 2008, where you can see the Titanic splits and it kind of crumbles there. But the stern is already reasonably far from the water. That looks pretty accurate right there. I just don't know about this one, guys. I mean, it looks so accurate. It has the port list, which is good, but it crumbles down there, and it kind of takes away the implosion theory. And look how the stern is rising. So yeah, that's another iceberg already. Alright, now we're talking. James Cameron got it right here. It has the port list, and it breaks down just at the perfect part, right before the third funnel. And look at how it's in the water right there. Look, I know this sounds horrible, just bear with me. The reason I'm doing this video is just to see how correct and accurate you can get the Titanic sinking. And this is the most correct one far. Sorry, had a little glitch there. That is just honestly pretty perfect. I'm pretty sure one funnel did fall the other way though, but that's fine. Well, what do you think? This is our very first unsinkable theory. I know unsinkable sounds kind of wrong for this, but sure, that's our first unsinkable theory. Nice. About time. Oh man, guys, at first this one looked promising, but then later. On a Sea of Glass, 2021, you can see it breaks down right there. The stern's pretty good close to the water, and then the funnels fall in the perfect order, but then it crumbles right there. That just ruined it. But honestly, it crumbles just a little bit different from the others. In a little more accurate way, I think, and a little more reasonable. So I think I'm going to give that the second unsinkable. Wow, this is going good. First we were horrible, like so many icebergs and unthinkables. Now we got an unsinkable. This is great. Alright, we have Game Player Z's theory. Stern looks alright. And then, it splits right at the right spot. And the funnels come down. Okay, that one funnel. And it kind of half crumbles there. But it looks about right. Then we have the animation in real-time theory. Yes, it breaks just at the right spot. Stern's pretty good. Okay, it's fine if it crumbles just a little bit right there. This is already looking pretty good and accurate to some accounts, because this is one that people looked into the most. Alright, yep, that funnel falls perfectly. So, wow, we went from horrible to amazing. This is our third in a row unsinkable, guys. Wow, these theories are getting more and more smart as the years progress. Oh, and that reminds me of today's sponsor, peanut butter. What? Everyone loves peanut butter, and if you're allergic to nuts, then just get butter. Problem solved. Peanut butter is king. Especially creamy peanut butter only, not chunky. That's disgusting. Creamy is king. Creamy King peanut butter. Thank you so much to Creamy Peanut Butter for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. Alright guys, last and definitely least is Aaron 1912's Titanic V-break theory. I'm pretty sure you've all heard this, where the Titanic breaks right down the middle like that, and the stern and bow both go straight into the air. These are genuine chuckles. Like, are you kidding me? How can a guy come up with this theory with a straight face? I don't know how he expected people to just believe it like that. Look at that. Look at how dumb that is. There's no way that could have happened. This is unthinkable. And it gets an unthinkable out of 10. F tier. This has got to be the saddest excuse of a Titanic sink theory I have ever seen. Oh, and by the way, credit to... I can't read that. Someone's name there. Credit to them for making this. This is just laughably bad. Yeah. See ya, V-break Titanic. Get out of my sight. Was that too much? Was that too dark? But yeah. Now, which one of those do I think is the most possible or most realistic / accurate one of those all? Well, I've done real research, and there very well could have been a crumble down there, just not as big. And I think the most possible is James Cameron's redoing. Wow, it's crazy. He went from unthinkable to unsinkable. It's crazy. Good job, James Cameron. You redeemed yourself. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give him, I don't know, some peanut butter on the side. Just stamp of approval. But yeah, what did you guys think of this video? Do you have the same opinions as mine, or are you wrong? Are you happy that my Titanic videos are back? I hope you are. I certainly am, and I'm creating an all-new trilogy of Godzilla and Titanic coming very, very soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay unsinkable, and I'll see you guys next time. Peanut butter!